Welcome to MotoGP Mac. In today's video, we're going to talk about the sprint race that just happened for the Malaysian Grand Prix at the Sepang International Circuit. Now, before we get into it, here's how it finished. Pecco Bagnaia won it from Alex Marquez, Fermin Aldeguer, Pedro Acosta, Franco Morbidelli, Fabio Quartararo, Marco Bezzecchi, Johan Zarco, Enea Bastianini, Fabio Di Gianantonio, Polo Espargaro, Aya Ogura, Raul Fernandez, Jack Miller, Alex Rins, Brad Binder, Samkit Chantra, Lorenzo Salvadori, Augusto Fernandez, and Michele Pirro was the last one across the line. Luca Marini crashed out of a race for the first time this year. Miguel Oliveira also crashed, and Joan Mir crashed and retired to the pit lane. Now, when the race got underway, Bagnaia took off like a scalded cat and was never really seen again. Yes, it was only 2.2 seconds, but he was able to increase the gap after lap 2, and it was all plain sailing there. Alex Marquez has secured second place in the World Championship and said after the race that he was feeling a little bit stiff on the bike, trying to get the championship or second place in the championship sewn up. So tomorrow could be an all-out battle between Pecco and Alex. Fermin Aldeguer had a really good race, came on strong towards the end of it, made up 3 places overall in the race, but is under investigation for a tyre or a potential tyre pressure issue. Pedro Acosta again had a good race, was running in third up to the last couple of laps when Fermin went past him. Franco Morbidelli, good enough session. He was completely off the pace in Australia. Today he's in and around on the pace, so not bad overall for Franco. Fabio Quartararo, well, for 3/4 of the lap, the Yamaha is really working well, but you could clearly see how it was just being beaten down the straight at the end of each lap. Marco Bezzecchi rode a really good race, up 7 spots. The Aprilia doesn't really seem to be working around here, but he's still getting it in there and doing really well, all things considered. Johan Zarco as well into the top 10. Good solid race for him. Enea Bastianini, well, we didn't really see an awful lot of him. He made up 10 places in the sprint race, which was some decent riding around Sepang. Fabio Di Gianantonio kind of faded towards the end. Polo Espargaro, really good ride for him in 11th spot. Aya Ogura as well, made 5 places up, so not a bad one. Raul Fernandez, is it the famous saying, what a difference a week makes? Last week Pecco was tail end Charlie, and this week Raul is down in 13th place, 15 seconds off the pace. But saying that, it is, to be fair, the Aprilia not really working around Sepang, which is a surprise to me. Jack Miller, not a great race, but not a bad race. Alex Rins, again, dropped like a bit of a stone. He started 10th and he ended up 15th. Quite surprised with Brad Binder. Just ahead of Samkit Chantra, 4 seconds ahead, which is not really a lot when you look at it, someone like the talent of Brad Binder, so definitely something going on there for him. Samkit Chantra, as mentioned, kind of expected were him to be there. Lorenzo Salvadori won the race of the test riders. Augusto Fernandez and Michele Pirro. Luca Marini crashed, as mentioned. Miguel Oliveira crashed, and so did Joan Mir. So realistically, today's race, it was okay. It wasn't the most exciting race, but Alex has wrapped up the second place in the championship, which was his main priority. Fermin Aldeguer also has sealed Rookie of the Year if he stays in 3rd place. If not, well, then they'll probably do it tomorrow. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good sprint race, pretty good track. Like, I do like Sepang, because of all the various different lines riders can take. But tomorrow is the big one. Will Pecco be perfect again, or will Alex come out all guns blazing now that everything is settled? So I'd definitely love to know your thoughts. What did you think of the Sepang Grand Prix? What did you think of the sprint race at the Sepang International Circuit, and who was your rider of the day? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.